You think you're doing everything right. You're hitting the gym, you're eating healthy, you're even skipping those late night desserts, but you're still stuck at 20% body fat. And let me tell you, it is not your genetics, not your hormones, and it's certainly not your age. It's these 4 critical mistakes, and in today's video, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what they are and how to fix them. So when I first started coaching career-driven men, I'd hear literally the same thing over and over and over again. Conan, I eat clean, I barely have time to eat, but I'm still fat. And I kid you not, every single time we pulled back the curtain, it wasn't because they were lazy, it was just because nutrition was filled with blind spots. And those blind spots, those tiny little things that a lot of people don't worry about, actually added up to make a huge difference and is why they were stuck. First, the most common mistake is not tracking their food. This should be self-explanatory, and especially for busy career-driven men who keep track of their data, who keep track of numbers, who keep track of their sales, commissions, all this stuff. You guys notice what gets measured gets managed, and if you're not tracking, you are slacking. And the exact same thing applies to your nutrition. If you don't know the basics of how many calories you're consuming, how many macros you're consuming, it's going to be really difficult to improve on that. Most busy men are operating on a this should be healthy approach. A chicken sandwich sounds healthy, but it's got 800 calories. A smoothie sounds healthy, but it's loaded with sugar and peanut butter. Here's the truth. If you're not tracking, you are guessing. And when you guess, you almost always underestimate how much you're actually eating. By hundreds, if not thousands of extra calories every single week. Now to fix this is to simply start tracking. Track what you eat for 1 entire week. You don't have to change what you eat, just get the data. Because what gets measured gets managed. And if you're not measuring your intake, your body fat percentage is not a mystery. It's a math problem you're refusing to solve. Mistake number 2 is not tracking food accurately. Maybe you are tracking on your phone, but the second mistake is not tracking it precisely. You're eyeballing portions, you're guessing that scoop of peanut butter, you're assuming that the restaurant's grilled chicken salad is only 400 calories, when in reality it's probably closer to 1,000. Add it all up and you're easily 500 if not 1,000 extra calories above what you anticipated at the end of the day. And 500 calories times 7 days out of the week is 1 pound of fat gained per week. Now to fix this is to invest into a digital food skill. I got mine literally 10 years ago. It still works to this day. You just got to change out the batteries every now and then. This will last you forever, and this is going to be the best investment that you'll ever make on your health and fitness journey. Throw away your measuring spoons, your measuring cups, all that stuff, because that is not going to be accurate whatsoever. And instead, weigh your food on a digital food scale, because 15 grams is 15 grams, and on a tablespoon you can get a heaping tablespoon and it will not be accurate whatsoever. So grab one of these, your future self will thank you, because you'd be surprised how little peanut butter you can actually get based off 1 serving. I used to think 1 tablespoon of peanut butter was 1 big old dollop, right? That made me really, really happy. But as soon as I realized that 1 tablespoon was this tiny little thing, I actually got really, really sad, and I really did not like that moment. But that's the harsh truth. We always underestimate how many calories we're eating and how much we're eating, but the harsh truth is that serving sizes, portion sizes are a lot smaller than you may anticipate. Mistake number 3, and this one's sneaky, is not tracking your snacks. So congratulations, you kept track of your dinner, your lunch, and your breakfast, but did you keep track of the smaller little things throughout the day, including the snacks? Whether it was the handful of almonds you had at work, the 3 leftover fries that you had from your kid's dinner plate, or that quick granola bar in between meetings. And you think to yourself, it's not that much, it's not that many calories, I just won't track it. But that's where you're going wrong, because all these small little things can definitely add up to hundreds, if not thousands of extra calories by the end of the week. And at the end of the week, all those small little snacks that you have every single day can easily add up to getting you out of a calorie deficit and into a calorie surplus, which is why you're probably gaining weight. Now to fix this, it is very simple. Everything that goes into your mouth, no matter how big or small, that sounded really, really weird, but you have to keep track of it. And that includes the snacks. No matter how small the snack is, track it. And now on that point, considering that we have to keep track of everything that goes into our mouth, it also makes sense to not mindlessly snack all the time, because if you're mindlessly snacking 7 times throughout the day, I don't want to keep track of the 7 snacks that I had every single day. I would rather just keep my meals simple and just eat 3 times per day, so that I only need to log 3 separate meals. Whereas if I have 3 big meals and then 10 small little snacks throughout the day, number 1, I'm going to be forgetting what those snacks actually were, and then number 2, there's just so much more work involved. And so to make this easier for yourself, just limit yourself to only eating meals and try to keep those meals as simple as you can, just to make the tracking as easy as possible. And the 4th and final mistake, which is arguably the biggest mistake a lot of people make when it comes to losing their body fat, is not keeping track on the weekend. Good job. Monday through Friday, you're locked in, you're tracking your food. During your workouts, you're on top of it. But when the weekend comes around, you just stop all of it. Brunches, beers, birthday parties, you name it. You'll tell yourself that you earn it and that you'll get back on track the following Monday. Meanwhile, you erase an entire week's worth of progress in just 2 stupid days. So here's the uncomfortable truth that most people don't want to hear. You cannot outwork the weekends. So here's the fix. Simply do what you did Monday through Friday and do it on the weekends as well. The weekend isn't like this imaginary thing that allows you to just like completely stop what you've been doing. Like, the weekends still exist. And the weekends, by the way, it's actually like this newer invention, which is only around for the past like 100 years or so. But it's like your body doesn't know the difference between a random Tuesday and a Saturday. Calories still count, whether it's the weekday or the weekend. So continue keeping track of your food intake, keep being active, keep doing your workouts. Do not change a single thing. Even if it's not perfect, even if you're eating out, even if you're celebrating, still keep track. Because here's the thing, the act of tracking keeps you mindful. And so knowing that you're still going to have to track your food on the weekends, it just allows you to make smarter and more wiser food choices. Because if I tell you like, hey, weekends don't matter, you're gonna go all in, right? Pizza, burgers, fries, beers with the boys. But if I tell you, hey, on the weekends, still keep track of everything and know that the calories still count on the weekend, you're more than likely gonna be at least more aware of like, okay, it's the weekends, I'm surrounded by food, I still have to keep track of it. So let me not be a complete idiot and go all in. So if you're watching this and you're still above 20% body fat, it is not because your metabolism is broken. And it's not because you're too old. It's because you're letting these 4 tracking mistakes slide. Not tracking food at all, not tracking food accurately, not tracking your snacks, and not tracking your weekend. Fix these 4 things and I guarantee you your body fat will melt away. Now, if you're ready to stop guessing and finally build a lean, muscular, energized body without sacrificing your life, click subscribe down below. And if you want extra help, book a free consultation call with me where we'll basically go over your goals, go over your biggest struggle, and create a game plan to help you absolutely crush your goals in the next couple of months.